faces hop into loser side top 16, and we already got a few that are starting to make their way through the list.
Ooh.
Shout out to RJ entering DNA.
Favorite song. This is my favorite song out of the new ones that they added. Genova.
Genova. So good.
A banger and a bop.
It's all of those and more.
So we got Dark Falcon and Action John. Action John being somewhat of a name I've seen a lot in the New Jersey scene, but I've never actually seen him play before. Against Dark Falcon, who's Richter has been absolutely killing it lately, but my man pulling out the evil man for this one. So we're seeing another evil man ditto. We're gonna see which one is the most evil out of the two of them.
The evilest man. Sephiroth versus his clones. If anyone hasn't played Final Fantasy VII, I'm going to do this now. It's available on Steam, and you should just play it, because it's pretty good.
How is the Steam port of it? Because I know for a lot of RPGs, some of the Steam ports haven't been the greatest at first. Has it like been optimized pretty well? I think about that.
It's a pretty solid. It's way better than the Final Fantasy VI one. Like they did 6 dirty, and it's like the iOS version of the game, and I'm like, why?
It's like why?
But the iOS one is not the iOS. So the Final Fantasy VII port is pretty good.
Oh wow! Ooh. Yeah, that move. Someone watched the direct. Someone watched the guide.
He knows. He's aware.
That down smash is Sephiroth's best shield breaking move. I don't know why they made it do that much shield damage, but we're out here.
And I love the way Action John is like handling his disadvantage. Like, well, first of all, he had a nice stall and fall, but using the blade charge, the omnidirectional blade charge to get right down to the ground. He did that earlier. Hopefully, we get to see it again because it was pretty good. It was a pretty good mix of a way to get down.
I gotta say, so far in terms of the Sephiroth we've seen tonight, I'd say Action John's is the cleanest we've seen so far for sure.
Yeah, he seemed to like instead of trying to get the character into Elite Smash, like fumbling with him online, he's just like, I'm gonna see what I can do in training mode. He's ready for it.
He's been setting up these like weird situations right here that Dark hasn't really been able to react to too much. He's been V-reversing stuff, trying to cover stuff. I cannot believe that up smash hit that thing. It's like ice up smash but crack. That shit's ridiculous.
And it's just as big in the air. His up air is just as big. Bigger even. Neutral air, trying to chase with back air. Yeah, neutral air is proven to be the all-purpose combo starter, which it's always dangerous to give a sortie with this much range a close range combo starter. Yeah, here we are, watching Sephiroth destroy himself.
My man's fighting the man in the mirror right now. Oh wow, yeah.
He's trying to change.
Yo. Okay, I was gonna say there's no way.
Yeah,
that down air I've heard is like super good. Like if you time it correctly over ledge, it can catch a lot of recoveries. And I don't know how it is on 2-framing, but I have to assume that since it can hit through ledge, it's absolutely terrifying. Especially if you maybe get the meteor hitbox on it. But Dark Falcon recouping a little bit of momentum after that tragic ST from Action John right now. But is it too little too late for our villain?
Yes.
Yes, it is. His time has come. Sephiroth is the Reaper. That's the rawest victory screen also.
So good.
Dude, they've knocked it out. I swear to God, Nintendo is like knocked out of the park with their DLC in this game. I don't care what anybody says. You can talk that mess about Violet and Min Min all you want, bro. I think they've been doing a great job so far.
Yeah, it got very samey after a while because like Violet, like Terry came out and he was like Shoto stuff, command inputs, go meter, all of that crazy shenanigans. But then like Violet came out and was like sortie, distance, slow. Fire Emblem character. Min Min came out, distance, slow, like, disjoints. Like it felt very samey. Steve, disjoints, very slow, no jump, very samey, despite even with the building mechanics. And then Sephiroth comes out and he's nothing like that. He's fast. He's got a crazy disjoint, but he has combos with it. He's much more about advantage and juggling, and it's like there's a tangible feel of difference to how Sephiroth was handled just by in his release. Like he was released as a boss character rather than as just a download.
That to me, the fact that you have to fight him to unlock him early is the coolest thing ever. I wish they would do that for more DLC characters. Obviously, it's Sephiroth because he's a boss, but just like the whole UI they set up too was so sleek. How it had like the Final Fantasy menu noises and stuff like that. Like they popped off with that. But you see the first player to tap out on the Sephiroth Ditto train and instead opt to go their main because they want to place well in this tournament. We got Dark switching to his Richter, and I've got to say, my man has been popping off lately with the Richter.
Oh,
I don't know if he's Tri-State or what have you, but we've seen plenty of talented Richters emerge because of the Wi-Fi era, being in effect as of now. So I'm very excited. I actually do enjoy watching Richter a bunch. So I'm really excited to see what kind of setups my man Dark Falcon has in his pocket.
Yeah, I'll say this about a lot of characters, like when a character gets moving, even if they're a traditional like a zoner character like Richter or Samus, like most characters in this game can do some cool stuff, like some notwithstanding, and usually that opinion varies per player. But I agree, like characters like Richter can still do plenty of cool, interesting like coverage with their interactions. Like if you haven't watched T3 Dom play Richter, like he's got a pretty sick Richter, and Dark Falcon is up there with how much awareness he has with all of his different items, making sure he does reverse cross to get further extensions. Like it's all there.
Oh, wow, so just reading up on Dark Falcon's Smash.g profile, because I don't know, for all of you who don't know that you can look at where someone's from on Smash.gg, so just be careful with that information. But Dark Falcon hailing from good old Brooklyn, New York. So we got another New York Richter player adding on to the already pile of New York Richter players that we have already in Too Thick Nick and who else plays Richter? I think Slink from Tri-State? I'm not too sure. But I know there's a lot of good Tri-State Richters out there, so I'm glad to see another one on the scene. And this man has been kind of on it lately. Like as you can see the setup start here, he's oppressing the hell out of Action John. Like my man just can't seem to find his footing.
Yeah, impressed is definitely a word to use for it. I guess that's a couple things that you don't think about when you're watching the trailer, but are pretty important mid game. Is that Sephiroth doesn't really have many like good ways to punish out of a missed tech or a jab block. Like he really just has to guess the 1 and 4. And without any of those jab block confirms, it can make finding kills a little bit tougher.
Oh boy.
Not that he necessarily needs it. But why can't we just let the man be like top 1? What happened to Smash 4 Cloud?
He might be out here. We'll see how players optimize him. I've got to say, no DLC character so far has felt like, oh my god, they are absolutely busted beyond belief. Like even Joker feels like tame. Even though Joker has some fantastic moveset, it's not like, alright, this guy's absolutely cracked.
No, I'm
polarizing in Mayo or Cloud were in 4, and Meta Knight in Brawl before him.
Yeah, it's a testament to how balanced this game is if we can actually continuously discuss how good or who is the best character in this game, and people have different opinions. Alas, getting off of ledge here has been a trip.
And zip zam zoom right into that axe. Tried to go for the diagonal angle. I respect it for sure. I feel like he jumped in a little too far before he let it rip. Getting off ledge against Richter is a skill in and of itself, I feel like. Just because this character is so oppressive with his ledge trapping, because a lot, the holy water does the work for him with the activity, same with the axe and side B. It's just like you don't, and if you manage to get past all that, you get F-focused. So
Yeah.
Patience is a virtue against this character. But we're going to see if Action John switches or opts to stay. The evil man.
Patience can be no virtue if an axe is hit in your face.
True. It's weird. Like, Richter players are like, oh, just do this to get off ledge. But it's like, bro, your character's literally options to cover every single thing I'm going to do off ledge if you read it correctly.
Yeah, it's like when Snake mains... sorry, go ahead.
Oh, good. Go ahead. I want to hear this.
So, you know how Snake mains are like, I'm just up smashing at ledge. They're up smashing at ledge. And it's like, oh, like, just get up attack it or just roll. It's like, yeah, but you're there.
They're waiting for me to do that. That move won't hit you, will hit me.
Like, you forget the part of this where I have to worry about you, not just the up smash. And Richter has that plus cross, plus holy water, plus axe, plus himself. Like, there's nowhere to go.
Yeah, my man, Action John is not seeing much action right now. My man looking like inactive John right now.
Yeah, it's
getting
like out of work, John.
He's just getting vampire slayed at the end of the stage right now.
He's close enough to a vampire. He probably drinks blood.
Yeah.
Who knows what Sephiroth does for his hygiene?
Oh, yeah, it's true. He seems pretty well kept. For villain.
He did put on a shirt though. Not that it's helping him all that much.
He did. Yeah, maybe got a little. It is a little. You know, it is winter in the Animal Crossing world right now, so it might be a little chilly.
I do like the stage pick overall with Town and City, because just having these extra platforms makes it so you don't have to be on the ledge all the time, especially in formations like this.
That was such a good. I feel like that's going to be a huge game changer for a lot of Sephiroth, which is dual edge guarding, but like that forward air, the range he has at his disposal makes runoff there such a powerful option. It'll be so good to deal with characters that are kind of sleeping at the wheel when it comes to drifting back to stage.
Yeah, it's just having that extra range and the means to recover. Like, he gets, while it does look like Sephiroth's two-framing ability is pretty solid, like run off fair and we're jump off back air, like those you can't be slept on. Like, range like that cannot be understated.
Action John just trying to poke his way in. You know, for all the range that Sephiroth has, it's like it's not seeming to do him any good. Although he does get the advantage right there. It's weird because it's like I feel like Sephiroth's ledge trapping should be immaculate as well, especially depending on like what the opponent will pick to get back on stage. But I feel like obviously Action John hasn't acclimated to it yet, just because Sephiroth is extremely new, and we're all human. You know, even MKLeo can't learn that quickly.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll try though.
He'll try though for sure. We're definitely gonna see some crazy stuff with and you've given an edgy sword character to us now. Now we're gonna have MKLeo and Tweak both playing this character.
Yeah, we really are.
You know, Tweak MKLeo will play any sword character. Tweak will play most edgy characters, and mash them together. You got two of the scariest players in the game playing a DLC character,
or any DK character. He's been having a bunch of fun with Diddy, and his DK has been around.
That's not a K roll.
Oh yeah, he did like take games off of Goblin, didn't he, with that K roll? And some players are so good.
Yeah, for real. Action John though, trying to hold it down right there. He's definitely making strides in like dealing and predicting like where Dark Falcon is going to be when he's throwing a lot of his stuff, but it's just like such a war of attrition against Richter. Like you're just inching closer and closer, and if you screw up once, he's winning the game again because he's got you out of his range.
All right, if it didn't work the first time, you can do it again. Okay. I was gonna have a thought, but then Dark Falcon said, "Die, monster! You don't belong in this world."
He is the slayer of evil, so the evil has been defeated. But yeah, Action John I think made some good strides right there. It's just obviously a new character. Sephiroth not having the greatest out of shield, so trying to punish Richter with like a burst option probably isn't going to work too well for him. Just because my man, one of the quickest options my man has is Greninja Nair.
Yeah,
that character doesn't have that good of out of shield options either.
Especially if the pressure is from such a distance.
Yeah, Dark Falcon holding it down though, doing what he had to do, and I respect it. You know.
He did try the Sephiroth Ditto. So.
No shame in going your main. We enter these tournaments to win. So we have Stan Luna making it out of pools over White Nova. Dark Falcon will be fighting off against them in quarterfinals. Zane sitting pretty. Winners quarters. Adamisk as well. Sephiroth. So far, highest placing solo Sephiroth. My man beat Riki, which is like a really fantastic win to have, and Sephiroth might be troublesome for Luigi. I could see, because Zaire is a great mid-range tool, but a giant sword is also a fantastic mid-range tool as well.
Yeah, and he doesn't have like a specific way to do it. Like Zaire, you have to jump then Zaire. With Sephiroth's sword, it's just a part of him, basically.
What else we got?
It's